Hello, 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 everybody. This is Dr. Shaniva Early, your craft doctor, and I'm here with a quick video um, about stencils. If you remember, I showed you the kit, Crafty Fun, and I showed you the stencils in that kit, and I tried them out today to kind of see and feel around them to see how good they look and if they really work. And I found out a few things. First of all, I found out that you have to be very delicate when you're spreading out your paste, whatever paste it is that you're using, because if they have any pointy things that come up, let me bring you a little closer. Anything that flips up, the possibility that you can damage these is real. Also, that these, you have to be careful when you're using these because there's sharp edges. I got paper cuts from using these, cleaning them. I was doing this and it jabbed me on my finger when I was cleaning it. So please be careful when you're doing that because you don't want to get a cut because of it. And because it really hurts. But let's look at some of the things that I did with these stencils. Let me back you out some. Okay, so this one, let's look at the dots. I used this one here, which is the dots. I used some of this Distress Texture Paste in matte. This is what I used. That's better. Yeah, that's better light. I don't know why it's so dark. Probably because it's nighttime. But yep, this is what I used. And then I mixed in with that. I have this container of alcohol inks, Stampin' Up alcohol inks. And I mixed in this blue. Can't see it very well. But I mixed in this blue color. Just one drop, and it made a nice powder blue, and it's textured. If you can see, it stands right up off that page. Can you see that texture? Yeah, there you go. It has a very good texture, so I really like this texture paste. It's somewhat thick of consistency, and I used some popsicle sticks. I have 3 different sizes, and so you can see the texture of it is pretty thick. And I just used a popsicle stick to get some out, put it on my Tim Holtz, and drop the color in there and mix it up with the stick. And then I used my, what is those little things? These little things here to spread it on with. I have the double set of those. I would advise you to use a palette knife because that doesn't have a bend in it. And because it doesn't have a bend in it, made it very hard to spread somewhat because I had to spread and press to spread it, and not very appealing. So I'm going to go and buy some of those palette knives. I might even have some already. Palette knives available. So that's this one. And then I used, no, that wasn't the one I used. I used, what is this? That's not it either. Which one? Oh, Blackberry Bliss. These are all Stampin' Up inks. I get the, I've had these colors for a long time. I get them to match my Stampin' Up stuff. And then this is that same paste. and this is that Blackberry Bliss. I noticed because I used this, oh, I don't want to break it. Um, this is very malleable, pliable. The paste is once it's on here, because this kind of curled up because I was letting it dry, and this is just regular paper. It's not thick paper. It curled up on the sides, but being able to bring it back into form is not cracking this paste at all. But I use this to do this to put it on, and you can see some of those white spots from me dragging. That's what that's from. And so you got to really kind of be careful when you're doing that scraping. And because this one was so smooth, because I have these popsicle sticks, but I have the really fat ones, and I drug it across like this, and it one stroke, and it made this so even. So that's why that looks so even, and this is uneven because I didn't do that with this. I did like this with this tool. It might even been this one. I don't really remember. One of the two. And I don't know. I wanted these because I figured, hey, they're silicone, easy to clean, blah, blah, blah. But the results that I got from that, not too happy with. So then I went and I pulled out some dies from my We Are Memory Keepers set, and I used, this is some shimmer paste, which is this stamp paint. That's what this glitter one is here, and it's glittery, as you can see. It has a nice glitter to it. It's glitter paint. Very good texture. Very good. I use it on a thinner sheet of paper also, and it's also very malleable. And then the red is these all are that distressed texture paste, and the stamps came from this. This is the We Are Memory Keepers Stampin' platform, and it has all of these parts and pieces where you can stamp on um, different surfaces. And the way this works is you put your stuff in these little slots here, and then you work it like that. And so that is what I did. I used different of these different ones of stencils, different stencils from this little kit here. And this is really good because you just put it on there. I slid a piece of clean paper on the bottom and put my paper on there, and it has a magnet to hold this down, so it wasn't a lot of fussing and tape and stuff like I had to do with the other ones, because they fit right on here. And so that really worked out in my favor. And I even did this is the love is from this. And so I just put it right on here, put my paper underneath it, and voila. Because this is like a stamping platform. This piece here, you just put it right here and press down, and it stamps. So that's what all of this is. And then it has this one where you can stamp these in multiple places here. You stamp here, then you move it down and move it down like that. That's what this one is for. And then this is an extra plate. It came with 2 plates, and you can actually buy these plates. So if you have 3-step stamping, you just put each one on and never have to worry about stopping in the middle. And then this is for the words. This grid, if you can hear and see that, it has words that go to this to make that work. And so this is what I used to make the other stencils. This one, the love, and this one, which I thought turned out very well. I really like this distressed texture paste. This was very watery, so it wasn't as easy to use as the other one. I'm just putting stuff back. I'm just putting that stuff back on the shelf. But this stamp paint is very, um, it's more of a liquidy consistency. It's once you stir it in, stir it up, it's not as thick as that one. See that? And so I did this one with that one, and I have another color, but I did not do the other color because I was just testing them out. And you can see kind of like the overages and of the from this. So I really didn't like this as much as I liked the thickness of this texture paste here. And it's very malleable. I really like that about this. So now I can use this and put a design, stamp something on the bottom of this and use it in a design. So I use those. And then the last one that I wanted to show you is, and after, make sure that you wash everything. Make sure that you wash everything when you're using these. Make sure that you wash your stencils directly afterwards, because you don't want um like I washed this one really pretty good, but it still got a little bit, and so you don't want it to dry on there. So wash it immediately. And so this one here, Made with Love, I did this one with that texture paste in that stamp paint in green, and it turned out pretty good. And I wanted to show you kind of what you can do. You can take, this is 5 by 5. I took a black piece and cut it 5 3/4 by 5 3/4. And then I took this olive green color and I put it just like this and mat that one. So then now this can be a nice home decor piece. Something like this can make a very nice home decor piece if you choose to. Or you can make this a card base. And once you make it a card base, you can put a lovely sentiment on the inside and make this a 6 by 6 card when you mat all your layers. Just like that. And so that is what I'm going to do. This is going to be the front of a card. Just like that. But that paste, I did this earlier today. And so that paste really dries pretty in a few hours. I would say give it a couple of hours to make sure it dries completely. The regular paste, that was, this here was this one, and this is the green, and that was this one. And but I really have to say and go back to this one, because this one had some overages and it didn't smooth out very well. Also, remember I said when you're dragging it down, make sure that you're dragging it smooth all the way down. But it turned out good for, I want to say, one of my first tries, because I'm not really a mixed media person. And so this was one of my first tries at the mixed media type thing. But I will continue to practice because I really like how this paste turned out. I started to put some glitter in with one of the colors, but by the time I went to do it, I had cleaned up everything because I was cleaning as I went, and so I didn't remember to put the glitter in there to see how the glitter would look. Of course, it never fails. My puppies always get the bark in when I get to taping, so I'm gonna get off of here, and I just wanted to show you that tonight. So thank you so much, and I will see you in the next one.